Welcome to week one. Okay, so this is our first workout we've got together. So this week we're setting your foundations. So the idea is we're going to get some clarity on how it's going to work and what we're doing. We're going to help with your mindset and get this straight in your head that how you're going to do this and how you're going to fit it in, and to get some realistic routines in place. So we're going to learn the movement patterns. That's what we're focusing on. So we've got the exercises, similar exercises we're going to do through the whole of the program, but just we're going to get the basics sorted today. So we have a HIIT workout. We're doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're doing 5 exercises and we're going to do it for 2 rounds. So I have set up a timer. I use an app called Seconds. It's amazing for setting up timers. Or just use your timer on your phone, timer on your watch. Honestly, use whatever works for you. I use Seconds just because I have it set up and ready to go. So like I said, I'm going to run through 5 exercises. I've got all my equipment here. I will talk through what I'm using and you use what works best for you. So I'm going to go to my timer for my 40 seconds work. I'm going to start my timer and then we are going to run through our workout. Perfect. So our first exercise we are coming to is our body weight squats. I'm going to use a kettlebell for my squats. So you're going to come hip width, maybe just outside hip width, and we're going to sink it down and up. So you've got loads of options with these squats. You can do it without the weight. So you can just come to hands on the hips, sinking low and up. Or you can use a kettlebell, you can use dumbbells. I'll show you dumbbells in the next round, so we're going to go through this twice. So I'm using a kettlebell just because that's the heaviest weight I've got. That's my 12 kg. So our next exercise we're coming to is our glute bridges. So we're going to come down onto the mat and we're going to come through our glute bridges. I'm using weights. So legs are hip width, heels are as close to the bum as possible. I've got weights on the top of my thighs. You can start without if you want and build up. I'm using 3 kg weights on my hips. That's just the biggest dumbbells I have set up today. So that's what I'm going with. If you want to go heavier, you go heavier. Start with something like this and just build it up. See where you go. Maybe the first round, start with 2s or 3s and we'll build up. I'm taking my hips as high as I can. Okay, that's next exercise we have is we are coming to our push-up. So you can do your push-up on a wall, incline push-up, where you're just moving the body forward and back on a wall. I'm going to use body weight. So I'm taking my feet as wide as the mat. My hands are as wide as the mat, and I'm bringing it all the way down. You can bring the knees down. So you're in that same position. Plank, lower the knees, down and up. Nice, strong movement. Keeping that core engaged, so we're really protecting that lower back. Nearly there. So the next one we are coming to our bent over row, dumbbell row. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells. Again, I'm using my 3 kg. We're going to, legs, feet are hip width, we're sinking back, shoulders relaxed and down. We're going to row down and up. So again, I'm keeping that core pulled in, so I'm protecting that lower back. Nice, strong movement. So again, like I say, I'm using 3s. Try with 2s, maybe build up. It's short bursts of exercise, so you can go a little bit heavier. keep track of what weights you're using and we'll build from there. Nice deep rows. If it feels too heavy, you can come to alternate rows. Just keep pushing through. Next exercise we've got, we're coming to our core. So we're coming to dead bug. So you are going to come down onto your back. We're coming into reverse tabletop. So legs are up, arms are up. Core's pulled in. We're coming to opposite arm, opposite leg. So right arm back, left leg out. So we're coming to this movement. If you want a little bit more, you bring the head and shoulders up off the mat. That again is just if it feels okay. You can bring it back down if it doesn't. If it's too intense, extending the leg out full, you can come to toe taps. So you can keep the legs in that tabletop position and just tap the toes down. But you do really want to try and come to this full extension, keeping that head nice and relaxed. Done. So that's one round done. So now we're going to do the exercises again. We're going to come through that second round. So we're coming back to the squat. I'm going to show you with the dumbbells now. So again, my feet are hip width. I'm going to hold my dumbbells at either side of my legs. I'm going to sink as low as I can. Maybe take my squat a little bit wider if my hips are feeling a bit tight. Nice, strong movement. I'm keeping the chest as lifted as I can. And again, like I said, I'm using my heaviest weights I've got in my dumbbells, just because this area of the body, the lower body, can take a little bit more, a bit more weight. Nice and strong. Shoulder blades nice and relaxed. Okay, so our next exercise is coming back to our glute bridge. So again, with or without, it's up to you. You have the weights on top of the hips. My legs are hip width. My heels are as close to my bum as I can get. I'm on my shoulders. Tuck my chin. Inhale, lift and lower. Nice and strong. I'm pushing the weight through the heels. Nice, strong movement. Really warming through the glutes and the lower body. Relax it down. So the next one we're coming to that push-up. So again, like I said, you can come up against a wall or you can even do it against some furniture. So that's just going to take a little bit of the body weight out of it. Otherwise, you're going to try your body weight. So the wider the feet, the more stable you're going to be. If the knees are lifted, it's chest down and up. So the hands are as wide as the mat. Even if you can do one or two in this position, then bring the knees down. Come to that deeper, more controlled movement. Just give it a go. You'll be surprised how quickly the body starts to respond. Nice and strong. Nice deep breaths. Okay, the next one we've got is our dumbbell row, our bent over dumbbell row. So again, feet are hip width, sink down, core pulled in, so I can feel that back's nice and protected. And I'm just going to let the weights come down. And then I'm going to row. So the weights are coming towards the outside of my chest. Elbows are coming back. Everything's staying quite close to the body. Nice and strong. Again, like I say, it's 40 seconds work. So if you can push the weight a little bit, then you know you've done one round with that heavier weight. And if you need to use lower weight for the next round, you can do that. Next one we've got, so the last one we've got is coming to our dead bug. So this time I'm going to keep my dumbbells. So I'm going to bring myself down. I'm going to take my dumbbells up. My legs are in that reverse tabletop position. So I'm going to come opposite arm, opposite leg, using my dumbbells. Again, you can do this without your dumbbells. Just nice and controlled. You bring the head and shoulders up, just to bring it into that upper core a little bit more. Just push the body as much as you can. Nice and strong. Deep breathing. Nearly there. So we have an optional finisher here, which is marches. So it's 30 seconds of work. You can either go to the stairs and march up and down your step, bottom step, or you can come and march on the spot. I'm going to use my dumbbells, I'm going to hold them above my head, and I'm going to come to my march. Last little burst of energy. 30 seconds. Keep breathing, nice and strong. Like I say, you don't need the dumbbells on this. You can just come to a march on the spot. This is building the cardio up. Nice little bit of a fat burner. Nearly there. Last few seconds. Done. We are done. So that is week 1 workout complete. That's 10 minutes of work, those 2 rounds. So if you can fit that in for 10 minutes, you've got spare 10 minutes, do that. If you've got spare 20 minutes, try and do it twice, of effectively 4 rounds, 4 sets of exercise. Try and slot it in as much as you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, especially this first week. You're learning the exercises and you're learning where your weights are at. Any questions on what you're doing, what you're using, just reach out, let me know, and we'll figure it out. Good luck.